Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Christine, and the last time that we were together I shared with you the story about my little princess fantasy, my 6-year-old princess fantasy, which actually turned out to not be a fantasy at all, but a reality. Well, what are we really talking about? What we're really talking about is identity, our identity to God. And this issue of identity, it's critical to God. And we see this right in the opening pages of Genesis. In Genesis 1, God takes this obscure man named Abram, and he changes his name to Abraham. And he takes his wife, Sarai, and changes her name to Sarah. And he takes them from this pagan town, and when he tells them, when he changes their name, he then changes their destiny. Because it turns out that when God changes your name, he also changes where you're headed. And so what he told Abraham was that he said, I am now going to create out of you a new group of people, and they will be mine and I will be theirs. And I will set them apart. They will now no longer be who they used to be. And this is important. They will now bear my name. And my provision and my blessing will go with them wherever they go, if they will choose to align themselves with this new identity. And not just how they think, or what they think, or how they feel, or according to their circumstances, or what other people are saying about them. No, but instead, if they will choose to just act like who I say they are is who they actually are, and who I'm calling them to be is who they really are, then they will experience my blessing and throughout their lives. Well, if you've ever read through the Old Testament, then you know this did not go very well. Sometimes it did, but mostly it didn't. The children of Israel, they kept backsliding, and they kept forgetting their identity. The children of Israel are no different than us. And if you read through the Old Testament, you will see that over and over again, they kept being seduced by the idols of their culture. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the enemy is running rampant with this issue of identity. And we can tell this is true because everything is being redefined. The things that God has already given definition to are now being redefined. But you are who God says you are. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He does not change, nor does his word. Isaiah 40 verse 8 says this: the grass withers and the flowers fall, but the word of our God stands forever. Culture changes, but God's word doesn't change. But it will change you. And I want very much to talk to you about identity. And what we're going to do next time, is to look at what happens when God gets a hold of a person and gets him to rework his view of his identity. Everything changes.